Hello again and welcome back to the Knits for the Soul podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm recording for you from Central Germany. I am a single mom and I live with my son who is 11. His name is Oscar, and our dog Ivo, who is 2, in a little town near the city of Leipzig. I think that is big enough that the name rings a bell. This is a knitting podcast, and I usually talk about the standard knitting podcast content. So my finished objects, my WIPs in progress, yarny acquisitions, sometimes about books, maybe movies or podcasts, and all the other stuff I'm up to. Well, thank you for coming back. If you are a returning viewer, it means a lot to me that you stay with this podcast, even though I'm not recording that often. If you're new here, very, very, very welcome to you. I'm really happy that you give this podcast a try. Thank you. And wow, I had so much views on my last podcast episode. It blew me away, and all the lovely comments. Thank you so much. For the returning viewers, just so you know, I haven't picked up my Twist and Turns shawl yet. I just didn't have the headspace or the time to really think about what I would like to do with it. I'm still torn between ripping it out or maybe just adapting the shawl to something else. I don't know yet. And for new viewers, please feel free to check out a previous episode where I talk about the West Knits mystery knit along and my Twist and Turns shawl, and that is not finished yet and why and whatever. Well, happy Vlogmas! It's so amazing. It's already December. Today is December the 3rd. I was contemplating to vlog as well, but I have no idea how to accomplish that. Though at the moment I should have the time, I guess, because I reduced my working hours because I quit my job and I had a lot of hours piled up, so to get rid of them so I reduced my working hours for November and December, and there's only 1 week and 2 days left, so basically 7 working days left for me until I take the remaining holiday days, vacation days I have this year, and I'm going to start a new job in January. I'm excited. I'm a little scared. I don't really know what I really have to expect because I don't know yet which project I get in this company. But all the people I have had contact with yet are really lovely and so friendly, and I hope it's going to be great. I applied for an English-speaking project, so I really hope I will get this. And let's see what kind of product line or whatever I'm getting to work with. Watch a live update. Let's see. That is my dog. He's on the sofa right in front of me. And he was quite nervous, or maybe a bit annoyed that I'm setting up the camera or my iPad and all the stuff here and moving things around in the living room, and that kind of freaked him out, I guess. But now he's on the sofa and trying to sleep, and I'm talking, and Alright, so I have to deviate a bit from the usual content of my podcasts because I do not have any finished objects for you. I still have my Amy Slipover as my current WIP, and I haven't knit on anything else. I've read a couple of books in November, so I take that as an accomplishment, and I managed to set up a bit more of my furniture, so there's just my wardrobe left to set up, but I have to get rid of old furniture first, so I have the space to set it up. Yeah, so this is so I'm procrastinating now by using the free time I have today on a Saturday to knit and podcast a bit, and yeah, instead of doing something about my bedroom. It looks a mess. It's horrible. It's a wonder I'm even able to sleep. Well, I'm totally babbling about this, and if you're still here, great. Yeah, so I do not have finished objects for you. I'm still knitting on my Amy Slipover, and now that it's cold, we have -degrees here in Germany, or at least where I live. I haven't watched TV and checked the weather report if it's everywhere, but my aunt told me they have snow and we have snow. It's very pretty, and maybe I've inserted some footage already. Let's see. I tried to record all kinds of stuff because I was so into the idea to do vlogmas this year, because I love the vlogmases of all the other podcasters. I mean, what are your favorites? I love Laura's vlogmas from Penrose Knits, Sandy by the Lakeside, and Ellie's podcast from Little Drops of Wonderful. I will watch Whitney's first vlogmas as well, but I haven't come around to it. I was kind of hoping that Inga from Knitting Traditions will do a vlogmas, but I mean, she's a doctor. She's probably not able to do that on a daily basis, and I mean, she's podcasting so often. That's a retreat. I mean, there is a new episode out, and I haven't come around to watching it, so I had a late shift this week and I wasn't able to watch so much. And the ultimate, for me, the ultimate most important vlogmas, which is now for the 3rd year, is making my Christmas time special and awesome, is the Chelsea Yarns vlogmas. Christina of Chelsea Yarns and her husband, and I love them. So they're not podcasting that often throughout the year, and I was really hoping that would do vlogmas, and they do. And when the video came out, it was like I got the notification like 5 minutes later. I said, oh my god, I have to watch this. And I mean, the time difference between the States and Germany, but I had to watch it. It was, oh my god. So I got up, and after making tea, the first thing I did was watching Chelsea Yarns vlogmas, and it was so amazing to see her dog again, and the chickens, and how she and her husband tease each other, and it was just so great. I really love it. And yeah, and I also saw that the 2nd episode is out, so after this I hope I'll be able to watch this, and then cozying up with my dog on the sofa with a tea or a hot chocolate or whatever, and my knitting, and then just feeling so happy watching her vlogmas episodes. It's kind of crazy. I feel like a stalker. Does it count like that? No, I'm not sure. No. Yeah. Well, this is the front of my Amy Slipover. I finally made it to the bottom ribbing. And yeah. After that, it's just the ribbing around and then the turtleneck. And I really hope I'm going to finish this one soon. let me think. I think I have a middle shift next week. That means I'm working from 12 to 6. And that means I will have time in the evenings to knit. I'm probably not being able to knit in the mornings, going to my sports classes, and yeah. So this episode I wanted to talk about my favorite Christmas movies. So you probably do have those as well. You watch every year, and they just give you that Christmassy vibe. And well, I for my part can't live without them, so I really need those on Christmas. And before I started this recording, I was watching the oh, just a second, I did the wrong stitch. So it's quite dark, though it doesn't seem like that. And I'm not wearing my glasses, so I don't see what I'm doing with this fluffy yarn here. So I'm holding double drops alpaca, and the drops brushed alpaca silk, and you're not seeing anything. So this is the ribbing. There is ribbing. Let's see on the bag there. So this is what it will look like. Yeah. So this is how far I am at the moment. So just a couple other rounds of ribbing, and then the neck, and then on both sides ribbing around. And I won't do the ribbed straps. I'm going to do I-cords, so it's smaller, because I'm fairly big. So I don't want to have those huge ribbed straps to add to my weight, so to say. Even though I lost already, what is it in pounds? 10 kilos, 20 pounds? Yeah. So, but still, you don't have to add with yarn what you lost in weight. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I've watched Laura's second vlogmas episode before I started recording, and in the end, when she was moving about her living room, she was watching Love Actually, and I've watched it this Advent already as well, and I thought, yeah, she's watching that. Lots of other people will definitely watch that during Christmas time, so it was probably kind of good idea to do my favorite Christmas movie episode. Sorry. Yeah. I'm drinking, lots of people do this as well, right? I'm drinking a David Rio Tiger Chai latte with soya milk in a nondescript, I don't know what kind of, it was just a €2.50 cup, but I like the color. It's very festive. Yeah, so standard cliche knitting podcast stuff done. Okay, I made a list of movies I watch throughout Advent and during the Christmas time in general. Sometimes during the year as well, because I just need some kind of cozy vibe. So I've got 10 movies here, or roughly 10 movies here for you, but some I haven't watched in years. really in years, but I asked my Stitch and Bitch girls which kind of movies they are watching, and so I added 3 to my list. I haven't watched for ages, but they do every year, and which is really nice. So I have to do this as well because it is out of those 10 movies is Die Hard, and I think I've watched it just once in my life, the first one, just once, and that's definitely more than 20 years since I did that, and I had no idea anymore that it's, well, around Christmas time that it takes place. So I'm going to watch Die Hard this year as well to broaden my horizon on Christmas movies. As well as number 10 of my list of my favorite Christmas movies. So I really have to watch this again because it's a really nice movie. It's fun. It's Groundhog Day. In Germany, it's called Täglich grüßt das Murmeltier. So it's basically Groundhog is greeting you daily. So yeah, well, we do not sub movies in Germany, so they are, yeah, completely translated, and also the titles are different. Yeah. Anyway, it makes for some weird and funny movie titles. So this is one I haven't watched in years, but I will do again because I really liked it when I was younger. As well as number 9, that is in English called Scrooged. It's a classic and it's so fun to see the way they lived and dressed and went about their days. It felt kind of retro, though it's not that far away, but anyway, yeah. So the German title is Die Geister, die ich rief. It's kind of like The Ghosts I Called For. So, well, the movie is called Scrooge. That's number 9. Number 8 is Grinch, and the different versions. So, of course, the Jim Carrey one, and but there's also the animated one, and my son and I watched that, and the day after we watched the real movie with Jim Carrey, and that was kind of spooky for him, but yeah, he liked it. So this is also something my son likes to watch. And yesterday we also watched a 90s animated version of Scrooged, and my son was really annoyed with all the singing throughout. Yeah. So then number 7. Number 7 is not a movie. I think there was a movie, but it's actually a series. I have no idea how many episodes there are, but a lot. There are a lot of seasons and episodes. It's a Danish series. It's called Olsenbanden in Dansk. And it's from the 60s, throughout the 60s into the early 70s. It starts out black and white, and then the later episodes are in color. And it's, as I said, a Danish series about a group of 3 thieves, and their boss is, well, every episode is kind of starting with him being released from jail, and it's basically almost always ending with him going back to jail, and they have those ridiculous, weird, funny missions where they try to steal something or do something, and it's always going havoc, and it is so fun. And I've been watching this throughout my childhood every Christmas with my parents. So they were used to it even before 1990 but after. So that was something we always watched. And it's a staple, I guess, especially here in the eastern part. During GDR times, you didn't have so many TV channels. So if you were lucky, you had enough reception to receive Western German TV channels, but not everyone had those. And then when the Olsenbanden was shown, so that was something my parents were like kind of crazy about. So they also, my brother, who's 10 years older, he grew up with that, watching those every Christmas. Yeah. And I did that as well. So later when I moved out and then also became a mom, so every year we were watching at least a couple of those episodes. And every time now I'm watching an episode of the Olsenbanden, I'm thinking about my parents and my dad, who would love his ass off because of the ridiculousness. So that's a really, really nice moment to remember that. So then the next, I think that was the place 6 is actually divided into a lot of movies because it's fairy tales. In GDR times, we had the DEFA. It's a German TV company, or was. I think I have no idea, when did they establish it? I think in 1946. I'm not sure, but it was like, it stopped, I think, like 1992. And the DEFA made lots of movies, but also a lot of fairy tales, mostly Grimm's fairy tales, but also lots of Eastern European adaptations of fairy tales. And they were always made so with so much love, you know. Looking back now, or when my son is watching it, for him it's like, why is everything looking so handmade? Well, because it was, and it's not computerized or, I don't know, staged like perfectly. So they used what they had, and well, the let's say the craftsmanship they were able to do in the 50s and 60s with the stuff they had in GDR and in Eastern Europe. So but it's still kind of a coziness when you watch it. So children from the GDR or a bit later, so like me, I was born in the last decade of the GDR. So I grew up with those fairy tales, and I cannot imagine not having them and not rewatching them. And in the early 2000s, a lot of those fairy tales were made anew, and I didn't like them. So I'm not objective enough. What is it called? So I'm not on their side. It's like the discrepancy, or who's a better Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice movies. So for me, there's only ever going to be Colin Firth. There is no better Darcy. And yes, I know the picturesqueness of the Keira Knightley version is loved widely, but there is no better Darcy and Elizabeth than Colin Firth and Jennifer Ely. Ever. my opinion. So anyway, so my favorite DEFA fairy tales. I love them all. The most notably are the Grimm's fairy tales, but I do also love a lot of the Czech and Russian ones. Yeah, a really, really fun one, because the German actor who is in there he's just so famous, and he's not really, let's say, a eye candy kind of guy, but yeah, he's like, he's a very famous German actor, and you cannot imagine that movie or many other movies without him, because he's such a character. So it's King Drosselbart, König Drosselbart, I think, you know, the songbird. It's like, what is it? I don't know if you say throttle or thrush, a song thrush, that little bird. And you can also say blackbird, like the bird, and it would make him the King Blackbird Baird, because he's got this weird beard. Anyway, that's a really, really fun one, because he's teasing that princess so much, and poor girl, but well, she deserved it, kind of. It's from 1965-ish. Well, those fairy tales are all from the 50s and 60s, and some are into the 70s as well. Then there is the Golden Goose, and the Light, you know. Then Schneeweißchen und Rosenrot. It's not very Snow White, because it's not with the drawers, but I have no idea what it is in English. Yeah, that is from the 70s. Then the Cold Heart, the Little Muck, and Sleeping Beauty, of course. Then there's really Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and there are a lot of others. Frau Holle and Rotkäppchen. So I'm putting the English titles below here, because I'm not getting the English equivalents right now. I should check the Grimm's fairy tales in English. I have really old books, like with old German current writing still in it, so they're really old, and yeah, that's where I read the Grimm's fairy tales first. Yeah, so there are, I don't know, more than 20 fairy tales that also then the Russian or Czech ones that were made in those decades from the 50s into the 70s, kind of. Yeah, so they are on my 6th favorite Christmas movie list. After that, number 5 is for the Christmas time are the Home Alone movies with Macaulay Culkin. And yeah, so when I was a kid and I watched this in the 90s the first time, did it came out in 93? I guess so, right? It was kind of mind-blowing how big that house is and how much stuff they had, and what that kid got up to. Yeah. But it was always something fun to watch, and it made this Christmas vibe so much more special, because how the mother is racing back home to her forgotten child. Yeah, So the Home Alone movies. The first one more than the second one. But I like the New York one with the homeless woman as well. So that was very, very heartbreaking. Very, very cute. Yeah, so then let me see. Number 4 are at least the first 2 Harry Potter movies, especially the first one. It has this goldenish shine to it, which the later ones of course lack because it's getting so much darker in the plot. But yeah, at least the first 2, maybe also the third Harry Potter movies. Yeah. So then my third, so the 3 most important Christmas movies for me. Number 3 is the English title is The Holiday, and the German one is Liebe braucht keine Ferien. Ferien. Love doesn't need holidays is it translated into German. And I love, can you see it? Yeah, I love this movie. I so love when Kate Winslet and Jack Black are like this doodly doing thing. So I'm doing that in my car all the time. And that reminds me of the movie, and that makes me want to watch the movie. And yeah, just have Christmas. Even maybe it's July, I don't know. So I really like this movie. So this is the German DVD cover. Number two, I've already watched it. It's Love Actually, and it's actually translated correctly, tatsächlich Liebe. So it's actually love, but you know. So I adore this movie. I still love it. Every little story in it is just so fun and so cute, and yeah, I love it. I mean, it has Colin Firth in it. I actually own every movie with Colin Firth. Yeah, so yeah, Love Actually. The music, it's so awesome, and I sometimes just have this running on. I can't say her name now because then she's starting up some stuff, like the last time when she started playing something, you know, the Amazon girl. Yeah, so I have this playing all the time, and yeah, Love Actually is just one of my favorite movies ever. Not the dogs, obviously. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, number one, and the most important Christmas movie ever made, and there's not going to do it better. There is a 2020-ish new version I saw on Amazon. I still have to watch that to not like it. Because the 1970 whatever version from the DEFA, a collaboration between Eastern Germany and Czech, well, it was Czechoslovakia back then, but you know, the Czechs, Czech Republic, is Drei Haselnüsse für Aschenbrödel. It's 3 hazelnuts for Cinderella. And I love this movie, and I dare say 99% of every Eastern German person have seen it and love it. I remember when I went to university, that was in the first decade of the 2000s. I'm old. Every Christmas time, our what is it called in English? The Stura, you know, like the student organization representative thingy. I'm not sure. This Google doesn't know that. No, it doesn't. well, students at universities have student representatives. If you have issues with something or someone, you go there and they do help. And they organize kind of all kinds of stuff. It's something like the Workers' Council for students at every university. Do other countries have this as well? I hope so. Anyway, our Stura. They organize all kinds of stuff, but during Advent, they would get our hands on the biggest auditorium, the biggest lecture hall there was on campus, the biggest one. And they would have Glühwein and Lebkuchen, and they would also make a barbecue inside. No, not the barbecue, not inside, because that one had a door to the outside, so they would have had it out there and then just bring it in. And so there was food and drinks, and also hot tea and hot chocolates and everything. And the lecture hall would be packed, also the stairs and up to the entrance doors. Every seating was packed with people, and they would show the 3 hazelnuts. This is the cover. This is Libuše Safrankova, a Czech actress. I love her. She's just the best Cinderella there ever was. And the movie, it's just so iconic how it starts. When you have the starting credits, you have this iconic soundtrack song in the beginning, and you watch the people of this manor preparing the visit of the king and the queen. And there is a scene, several scenes where you just have to laugh because it's so ridiculous. And the lady of the manor, so the stepmother, she's so horrible. I mean, the actress is amazing. She does such a great job. I'm trying to insert clips right next to this. And the whole of the lecture hall, not just girls, but also guys, we would all laugh at the same time for every scene that I grew up in and had to laugh as a child and when I grew older. Everyone laughed, and it was such an amazing feeling to have this community and all those people just being in love with this movie and having a great time and preparing for Christmas and watching this movie. And it's like, oh my god, it's so nice. Yeah. And so I watch this every Christmas several times, and it's so popular in Germany. I'm not even sure it's so popular maybe in the Czech Republic. I'm not sure. How do I get to find that out? I don't know. That it's the most shown movie during that time, or maybe during the year, because I've checked. So this Christmas time, it's been shown 21 times during the Advent. 21 times. And the listing said more showings might be possible, but are not yet verified. So up until I think 2 days ago when I checked, it was 21 showings of that movie. And was it 4 or 5 times on Christmas Eve itself, on the same day, on several TV channels. So this is just incredible. I love this movie. I so love this movie. And I hope I can insert like the trailer or something right now. Yeah, welcome back. Are you in love? Are you in love? You have to be in love. I'm not sure if this movie is available in English. Does it say here? So there's German. No, it's just. I know there is a Czech version available to buy on Amazon. I know that. But it doesn't give. No, it doesn't give any other, not even other subtitles. This DVD is just German. So yeah, and I always forget what the prince's name is, but he's also a very famous actor. He did lots of movies back in the 70s. His name is Pavel Travnicek, and Libusha Shafrankova. Yeah, Shafrankova. She's so pretty. She's so pretty, and she's a really beautiful woman. Even now that she's older, really beautiful. Yeah, there are a couple of German actors in there as well. The king is, I think, Rolf Hoppe. Yeah, really nice. It's from 1973. And the fairy tale it is based on is by Božena Němcová. She's a Czech writer, or she was a Czech writer, and the fairy tale it's so short. It's such a tiny book. Unfortunately, the German translations are not that nice. I might have to get the Czech one. Let me just grab my Czech fairy tale book. So this is my Czech fairy tale book. It's České pohádky. I used to live in Prague. I also learned Czech, but I forgot lots of it. So when I go there now, I'm able to ask for directions and order a coffee. But that's about it. Let's see. Is there a content thingy? Oh yeah, here. But it's not in here. The Czech title is, let me see, it's Či Oříšky pro Popelku. So Cinderella in Czech is Popelku. But it's not in here. No, there's a golden princess in here. Bajajaya is here. And yeah, but unfortunately not So it's not the Cinderella one, but I really like. So this is how the text pages are. It's so pretty. It's a really nice edition, and the illustrations are very nice indeed. So it's so what is Jugendstil in English? So this is so pretty, isn't it? And so they're all like this in the on the cover. It's a very, very, very nice book. And yes, it is in Czech. So I've read several of those when I was still more fluent in Czech. So I think these are the Devil's Golden Hairs or something, if I remember correctly. There's also a movie from the DEFA with this fairy tale. It's hilarious. Yeah. So, but Bobelko is not in this one. Yeah, but I think I really have to get the Czech fairy tale version by Božena Němcová. And yeah, so that is my favorite Christmas movie, and I kind of want to watch it now, but I don't have time. So we have to prepare to go to my aunt's today for coffee and cake and Christmas cookies, but I have to shovel the snow in my car first, and I hope it will work. It's been so cold. Yeah, and yeah, we have to prepare the dog for traveling with the car as well. So he's so. Where's my phone? My phone is gone. It's gone. I had a phone. Oh, there it is. I'm taking a picture of him now and then insert it. So you see the horrible blanket on my sofa on this photo. It's because I don't want the hair on the leather. Maybe I have some footage for you when I vacuum my sofa. It's horrible. Dog hair is horrible. But Knitters content. Maybe I will switch this in the beginning. Oh my gosh, this is already 54 minutes. How did that happen? My God. Okay, so I have 2 acquisitions to show you. I have more, but they're not yet arrived. Oh my God, there is an acquisition. I think it's the Knitter Spread, the Knit Pro ball winder. I had 2 brother ball winders, and they both died right after each other. So I'm not sure, maybe they didn't want to be without each other. The first one I had for at least 10 years. And I also had it in my shop back then, and it saw a lot of usage. And a friend of mine gave me hers because she got, I think, something like this a few years back, and she gave that to me. And when mine broke, I had the other one and used it for, I think, oh yeah, for unraveling my Hjertegarn Lima for my, I forgot the cardigan's name, the Mayhem cardigan by Åsa Tricosta. I unraveled it. I think I said it last episode. I think I did. So I was able to unravel it with that second ball winder, but when it was done, it fell apart. I tried to repair it, didn't work. And then I checked for ball winders, and I found this one on a German yarn online store, and they had a sale, and I got it 20 euros off. So I thought, okay. And yeah, I haven't used it yet. I tried if everything works and put it on my yarn cabinet, Ta-da! But I haven't wound any yarn yet. I need to do that. I need to see how this huge ball winder thing makes pretty yarn balls, cakes, you know. Anyway, that is one acquisition. Then I have a book I acquired. And one of the last Stitch and Bitches, my friend had this book with her, and I checked it. It's so amazing. I really need this too, and I ordered it right away, right there in the cafe, and it arrived 2 days later. It's a German book, and it's also by creative people in my previous hometown, like a town over, in Halle Saale. What are the full names of these people? Let me just check. So, the book was published by Ines Labetsky and Sibylle Mittag. Her name is Lunch. Anyway, and the illustrations are by Ulrike Jenichen. So photos, yeah, it's all a German one. And yeah, a lot of creative people in Halle contributed to this book. It's called Nach kaputt kommt schöner. So after it's broken, it becomes beautiful, basically. It's the title. And so it's repairing textiles by hand. It also comes with stencils for when you do patches, for example, on the elbows or somewhere else on your clothing. And then here is a picture of Francine. She owns a shop called Räubersachen. That is Francine. She's from Halle. And let me just show you. So the illustrations are really pretty. They're all like this, and it's so pretty, and it's a lot about slow fashion, the kinds of textiles you use, like linen or cotton and things, and which kind of threads and techniques you use for which fabric and which, well, type of broken piece of fabric. So it teaches with illustrations and photos. Yes, I'm almost done. Sorry. Also with how you repair knitting, and it's really nice, and it's always portraying also the people who contributed to the, where are you? To the book. They're hiding. They are hiding. Where are you hiding? Come on. Yeah, here's one. This is Johannes. He's an artist. This is Johannes in his art studio. So he also contributed. And here he's showing Swiss darning. Woo! Sorry. So yeah, it's an awesome book. I really like it. So there is also a doll theater in Halle. So this is Sebastian, he's working there. And he also contributed with stuff he's repairing. So check out his sweater. So he had a patch on there as well. Anyway, yeah. So this is one of the acquisitions. Very nice book. I don't remember how much it costs. So you can order it. I think it's not available in English. It's only available in German. You can order it on their website as well. It's I put it here, räubersachen.de, but you can also order it on Amazon. So if you are a German viewer, a German-speaking viewer, so this is available online. And then I have a yarn acquisition. That one arrived one day after I recorded and published my last episode. So I thought, excellent. I had ordered from the update by Lerke from Fiber Tales, as I did all the previous times as well. So, oh, yeah, it's time. I ordered the worsted weight one. Was it worsted? I'm not sure. And I made this pretty collar with it. I put a pattern designer and everything here. I made this last year, and I lived in this last year, and I've worn it tons since it became so cold here, and I even wear it inside when my neck feels cold. I love this. Gotland sheep is so amazing. So when she said in her last episode that she's going to have an update again, I thought, I don't need yarn, but I love that sheep breed, and I really, really, really have to have this. So this time it's fingering. I think the first one was sport. Yeah, sorry. The first one was sport weight. It's still up there. Oh no, you don't see it. It's in the one above. I want to do a cardigan with, since I purchased it, but I haven't come around to it. Then the worsted one, I only got 2 skeins of this and also used it up for this collar thing. And this time she had fingering. And, oh, there's my hair. And I ordered, as you see, 500 grams, so a sweater quantity. And she also added a very nice card in it, a very nice postcard, tea and sweets, and it's, yeah, as you see, packaged very nicely. Yeah, so this is again organic Gotland, a 2-ply, 75% organic Gotland and 25% Falkland Merino, and it's 400 meters and 100 grams. So I have 5 of those. Yeah, so that is my yarny acquisition for this episode. And the book and the winder I totally forgot about. Yeah, so that was a vlogmassy, very long vlogmassy Christmas movie-ish episode. If you're still here, thank you. I babbled your ears off. I'm sorry. I hope next time I have more knitting content for you. I wish you a very, very nice second Advent, a lovely Advent time, Christmas time. I hope you're well. Stay healthy, knit a lot, and yeah, have a wonderful time. Goodbye, see you next time.